Hi, everyone, and I'm so delighted to be here, and I'm delighted that you're here as well. It's such an honor to have you here to watch my video. I'm very grateful for that. So, if you haven't watched my introductory video, I would encourage you to do that because it explains why I'm doing this series of questions from my journey and my many years of pharmacy. So let's get on with the first question today. So this is a number one question I get asked repeatedly in pharmacy. Why do I need a probiotic? Why is it so important? So I want to show you a little bit more information than what I would go over in the pharmacy because we have to be very mindful about the time we spend with customers. In fact, some pharmacies just allow you just 5 minutes to talk to your customers. That's how bad things have got these days. But it's all about making money and turning over people quickly, which is a shame, really, because people don't get the full picture of everything. I certainly do my best to give them the most important outline of why they need these vitamins and supplements. So let's go on to just some quick information about good and bad bacteria. So our gut harbors a very complex community of over 100 trillion good and bad bacteria. And that's pretty amazing to think about it. And I have no idea how the scientists even come to that conclusion, but that's what the facts show, that there are that many bacteria in our gut area. So what happens when you have bad gut bacteria? And what happens when you have good bacteria? So let's have a look at the ones that for the bad bacteria first. These are just a few of the things that I've outlined that could be happening in the body that you don't understand, and maybe a probiotic will help you in this area. So you may be feeling low energy, a foggy brain, having trouble with inflammation in the bowel area, IBS, those types of things, bloating, nausea, feeling uncomfortable after eating, diarrhea, stomach pains and cramps, and malnutrition. Now, the bottom one I wanted to address, malnutrition, because when there are more bad bacteria in the gut, the micronutrients from your food as it's broken down and passed through the body aren't absorbed by the gut, and this nutrition doesn't go where it needs to go, which is attributing to malnutrition. And the signs may not be necessarily prevalent until you probably go and see a health professional or doctor and get some blood tests done to see why you're feeling or maybe loss of weight with malnutrition. So what happens in the body when you have a good balance of good bacteria? There are many more points I wanted to mention here, but these are the main ones that are good to know. Your food is digested better, your cells function better, so your overall immunity is boosted. You have more regular bowel motions, inflammation is reduced, stress is reduced, you have a healthy urinary tract, you have better bile production, improved skin, better functioning metabolism, and better heart health. Plus, there are many other things that the body will improve from just taking a probiotic as well. These are just a few. So another important factor to talk about is that with the strains of probiotic, there are 7 core strains, the genuses, and lactobacillus was the very first strain to come out all those years ago. Lactobacillus we have the most prolifically in our gut area, and that's why they decided just to have the acidophilus and the lactobacillus first. The other strains came later as they developed. Scientists delved further and found out the other strains. But when you look at probiotics that you buy in the store, you'll see there'll be subsidiaries from these genuses, and it's good to have a large variety in the gut area, because there are hundreds of genuses that are probably not even discovered yet. So a general rule for picking out a probiotic is to have at least 10 to 20 billion CFUs, which is your colony forming units. They're the units that clump together in colonies, and the probiotic or the bacteria do colonize, so they're not all scattered everywhere. So that's an interesting fact I only just recently learned. So not any less than 20 or 10 to 20 billion CFUs. You can get stronger ones than that. You can get double and triple strength ones, which can be taken if you're really, really struggling with an autoimmune disease, or you've had antibiotics and you're really feeling crappy with your health. I would suggest taking the double or triple strength for maybe a month or two, and then dropping back to just in this range that we're talking about now. It's not necessary to keep the high strength ones up all the time. And the last one I want to mention is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. We call it SB for short. I'm going to call it SB. Most people in pharmacy know what SB is. So originally SB was formulated for traveler's diarrhea. It could be taken a month before you travel, build up that good bacteria, and then you could take it with you when you are traveling if that happened to happen. It is very good at slowing down diarrhea or even stopping diarrhea as you drink, bad water overseas. It can happen even with food. So they extended the studies on this, and they found that if you take an antibiotic, this is very beneficial, and I'll explain why. So when you take an antibiotic, you virtually wipe out all of your good and bad bacteria in the gut area. And that's why people really struggle to get their immune system responding after you've had a course of antibiotics. So what we suggest is taking the SB. So the SB puts a mucosa lining over the gut area where the microbiomes live and grow. And that coating, as the probiotic and the good bacteria come into that area, it sticks to the mucus lining, and it allows the probiotic to grow at a much faster rate. So your recovery and you're feeling better quite quickly. If you can possibly take the two together, so take the SB and a probiotic together, that's even better still. So it's not necessary to take the SB all the time, but there are some people with ulcerated colitis and those types of digestive, chronic digestive conditions will take SB just to keep their gut flora growing at a faster rate. So this is very beneficial for, as I said, when you take antibiotics, when you're just generally feeling well and you feel that you just need to do something more with your health, but you really can't work out what it is. So it's always good to start with a probiotic first. Then you can add on to the other things like B vitamins and other vitamins to increase your energy. But really, from what I've learnt, even taking probiotics myself, it is like the building block of your gut health and, your whole body functioning much better. So I hope this has been useful to you, this information. I try and keep it in a practical form so it's not too overwhelming. And if you go into your pharmacy or your drugstore or supermarket, you'll be a little bit more well armed with some information about the do's and don'ts and the ones to look for. So I look forward to seeing you on our next question on our video in a few days' time. I'll be doing a second question that has arisen in the pharmacy over the years. So thank you so much for being here. I love you all. Blessings of love and light. Thank you.